What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about how to get vacation homeowners to let you manage their properties on Airbnb. So in the last video, if you check that out, we dove into the niche a little bit deeper of real estate investors, how to get those investors to let you manage their property. So if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend checking out that video if that's a niche that you're interested in. In this video, I'm going to talk about probably the second most popular niche out there, which is the niche of vacation homeowners. Now, if you're not even sure what a niche is, then again, check out some of the other videos on the channel for more information on that. And in this video, I really want to break down, this niche of vacation homeowners. And I want to talk to you about how do you get these vacation homeowners to let you manage their property on Airbnb and really want you to manage their property for them and be excited to work with you. So before we get started with all that, if you want the step-by-step guide on exactly how to really take action on everything we're going to talk about today and actually grow your business and get it to $5,000, $10,000 a month that you have coming in consistently and recurring monthly income from property management with Airbnb, then check out the training down below. There's a link in the description down below. There, just pull up the description, check out that link, click it, put in your info, register for a time, and you'll be all set to join one of our upcoming free trainings that's going to walk you through step by step exactly how I built this business and got it to 6 figures in income in less than 12 months, over 3 years ago, and everything that I've learned along the way as I've been building this business ongoingly. So if you want access to that, just check out the description down below. That's available exclusively to you here, completely free. We're also going to give you some awesome tools at the end of the training there. They're going to help you to actually get started getting your first couple clients. Without further ado, let's dive right into it and let's start talking about this vacation homeowner niche and how you can get these vacation homeowners to be excited to work with you. So like we talked about in the last video, the first place you need to start is understanding what these people's challenges are, what their needs are and their pain points are, so you can craft an offer specifically for them. So the vacation homeowner niche differs from other niches in a lot of different ways. So it differs specifically from the real estate investor niche with what the property owner is prioritizing. So with the real estate investor niche, we talked about in the last video how they prioritize returns. They want to maximize their income and they want to minimize the amount of time they're spending on the property. Those are their two biggest concerns. Your vacation homeowners are going to be typically quite a bit different than that. So returns are going to be important to them, don't get me wrong, but it's usually not the most important thing. At the end of the day, that's not the reason why they bought a vacation home. They bought a vacation home to vacation in, right? And so they're not really focusing primarily on the returns. Again, do they want to get great returns? Sure. Who doesn't want some more money? But is that their number one biggest priority with the property? No, most often it's not. More often than not, the number one priority for the vacation homeowner is to make sure the property gets kept in really good condition. So that means having really great quality guests. It means having really great quality cleaners. It means being able to really trust their property manager. That's probably the number one thing. It's just being able to trust that their property manager is going to take care of everything for them. Because at the end of the day, this is a second home to them. They care about it a lot. Like a real estate investor looking at it as just an income stream, whereas the vacation homeowner, they're looking at this as a home to them. There's an emotional investment here, and their decisions are often made more emotionally than analytically when it comes to finding a property manager. And so you need to put yourself on that wavelength. You need to find a way to give them that trust, to give them that emotional security so that they're going to be able to trust you. And so that comes down to, finding ways to get really good, reliable cleaners that they can trust, making sure you have the right setup in terms of the guests that you do and do not accept to stay in your listing, the types of pricing that you're going to put, all kinds of different factors to make sure they're getting really great, high quality guests in their property. Communication is a second thing that's generally very important to vacation homeowners. They want to stay in the loop with their property. They don't want to be wondering what's going on. Whereas with a real estate investor, oftentimes less communication is better with a real estate investor because they just don't even want to hear from you. They want to be as minimal investment of their time as possible. On the flip side of that, you've got the vacation homeowner who generally wants a bit more communication. It's not to say they want an update every single day, but it is to say that on a monthly basis, if you're able to provide them an update on the status of their property, just kind of reassure them of things, reassure them everything's running smoothly, that can really go a long way. So being up to date on their property is also really important for vacation owners typically. Now again, like we talked about in the other video, this is going to depend on the specifics of the actual niche and the specifics of even the client that you're working with. But generally, those are the two most important things, is making sure that number one, everything does run smoothly and their property stays in good condition. And number two, that they don't have to stay up late at night stressing about their property because they're kept in the loop with everything. Now, obviously, they want to get good returns. Obviously, they want to have a property manager who can help them to save time and is taking a load off their shoulders. But before that becomes a priority, it's really about just delivering a really great guest stay to the guests that are staying there and having high quality guests so the property stays in optimal condition. So once you've got that offer crafted that's really going to be compelling to them, it then is just about actually getting them on board under management. Now, going and offering them to that type of a service offering that really highlights those points, that's going to get you one step of the way. But then, like we talked about in our other video as well, you've got to actually get them to agree to have you manage their property. And so there's a couple different things you need to take into consideration when you're going about that. Like we talked about in the last video, analytical approach to the real estate investor, that's best to meet with an analytical approach to proving your value and showing how good of a job you can do. With a vacation homeowner, it tends to be a more emotional decision that they're making as to whether or not to actually work with you. So you really have to put in some groundwork to build some trust. Now, there's a couple ways that you can structure the deal that will lend themselves exceptionally well to building that trust. I'm going to leave that we're going to go into more detail on that in the training linked in the description down below. But there are different strategies that you can implement to actually more quickly build trust. And this is one of the common questions I get is, how do I build trust with someone when I don't have a track record? When I'm picking up my very first property. And the reality is that having a great track record is one great way to build trust, but it's not the only great way to build trust. There are some other creative ways you can structure things to really build trust with the property owner and make it a no-brainer for them, really build confidence, instill confidence in them. So that comes down to the way that you present things and the way that you structure things, both of which topics are discussed in great detail in the free training linked in the description down below. So I highly recommend you check that out for more. Now, if you do all that properly, then you're gonna have a really great shot at getting these properties on board under management, because the property owners are gonna want to work with you and they're gonna wanna stick with you long term. They're gonna wanna refer you to other people that they know who have vacation homes as well. So there's a really great upside to putting in the groundwork and building your foundation strong. Everyone often wants to just kind of race out there and just start shouting from the mountaintops to try to get properties under management, but it really is helpful to kind of take a step back, assess who you're trying to get as a client, and really craft everything around exactly what they want and do a really great intentional job of it, so you have an easy time picking up clients and you can really focus on delivering a high quality service and making more money for yourself and for the property owner, delivering more value to both parties. So I hope this has been really helpful. Again, there's a link in the description down below if you want a more in-depth training on exactly how to implement everything we've talked about in this video and actually build a business where you're earning $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 a month managing other people's properties on Airbnb. If you want to check that out, again, it's completely free. We're also going to give you some free tools and resources to help get you your first couple of clients and help you build the business. Just check out the link in the description down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot with YouTube's algorithm. So just click that like button. And also, if you want to stay up to date with the channel, and soon we post new videos, which come out twice every single week, then click that subscribe button. Just make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you'll stay up to date with all the new videos that we release. Again, twice every single week we put out a new video. So if you want to stay up to date with that, just click that subscribe button. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.